our dentist and oral hygienist. Open your mouth for about 4 or 5 minutes. Take a little bit of this fluoride riddance. Swish but don't spit it. Swallow it now.
So I'm going to read you these because that last intro was just entirely too long. One of my good friends that used to go to this school, we both went to this school. I believe we met at this school when we were like 11. Yeah, I was 11. How old was she? We were just talking about this the other day. She said it's a dentist office now or something, or whatever it is. I guess it's irrelevant, but so the center school crisis and the center for school the center for school crisis intervention and assessment. Did I ever tell you that I also hate reading out loud? Let me tell you this while we're here. Quick ink. 171 Interstate Drive, West Springfield, Mass. 01. That phone number is definitely still not valid. We got 1998 paper documents here declassified for you guys. I just want to let you guys know how much. I just want to let you guys know that this is a huge day for me, that I'm no longer ashamed of my diagnosis, my disabilities that I have had. I don't have to feel ashamed. I don't have to feel like a loser or failure or some handicap. Like, I literally, some days I actually feel retarded and I cry and I like scream at myself because sometimes I couldn't figure out how to wire a console system or a DVD player through. Well, I haven't owned a TV in many years, but that was at an old friend's house. Sometimes I cry because I can't get my makeup on right, and sometimes I cry because I feel like a loser. But I don't have to anymore. I'm doing this because I want you guys to kind of understand my morbid humor and why that I have and why I am the way that I am. I really envy you guys who had nice, boring lives. But again, I didn't have a bad life. This is just something I need to work through. This is something I need to get through because it's getting to a point where all these new beautiful stories are building. My children aren't new to this planet. Like, their story is not starting. It's already begun. And I never made all these cool. One time when I was 12, I wanted to make like a witchy calendar or something. I never made all these cool calendars. I wanted to make a calendar out of all my artwork or a calendar out of like autumn pictures that I take. I never finished all the books I wanted to write. I didn't do all these things. So I feel like in my mind, what this channel is for me. So again, if you ever find yourself in a position where you're wondering why I don't talk about my family or my children more, oh my God, how self-centered is she? She doesn't, yes, this is my channel. This is a channel for me and my feelings, because when I'm not on here making these vlogs, when I'm not recording this, when I'm not doing this, I have to be attentive to my house. I have to be attentive to my family, to my life tasks, so I just want people to understand what this channel is for me. This is my channel. This is a channel for my feelings. So I can explain to you guys. I it's an escapism for me. I Many times in my life I have found ways to escape, and they weren't always healthy, and I finally feel like I found a healthy way that I can work through my past and leave it in the past. I want to leave it in the past, i.e. I want to leave it in a video forever on my channel, document and create a time capsule. And like, date scene, May 21st, 98. It'd have been cool to upload this on May 21st, huh? Maybe I'll work on it until then. Yeah, right. Arlene was referred for a psychological evaluation by John, director of the Center School for Crisis Intervention. I remember him, kind of. To help determine the level of functioning of this girl as it relates to her. And I just interrupted my own flow. Arlene was placed in the alternative school for disruptive and violent behaviors. So one thing you have to understand from all these is I did have a troubled childhood, and I am 30 years old. It's been a long time. I've gone through a lot of things, and I was a violent kid. A lot of these themes are going to be uncomfortable, and I did have, so I hope this sheds some light on how far I've come, and how sometimes I really didn't even feel like a kid. Like, the type of meds they put me on made me like so, like, I don't know how else to put it, but like high. Like, you're so sleepy, you can't even, but you're like, and you can't even move. And so at times, so these are very disturbing, but you need to understand why I have such a strange and morbid sense of humor. These are the things that I rose out of, or see, I was afraid at the time that the court would judge me based on, I mean, a lot of these things are very disturbing, and I was a violent kid, but I thought the court would judge me on basically when I was 11. And I was so upset, and I was so distraught about what was going on at hand, that I couldn't think straight. That, okay, they just need to make sure there's nothing, like, they probably were looking for something much worse, and they probably weren't even going to care about any of this. They're probably looking for something, which there's really, like, I've had my 20s, which all my medical records, which I have to get the recent ones, and there's really nothing in them except dealing with all of the court. That's all my medical records are as an adult, is dealing with the court. It's like this, and then court. And like, there's a point in between where it's like, yeah, she got off all medication at 18. So I need to go retrieve all my other medical records from these other places. Arlene was referred for psychological evaluation by John Full, the director of Center for School Crisis Intervention, to help determine the level of functioning of this girl as it relates to returning to public school. I was always like a subject to be studied, and people always wrote these very long, and there were so many of these. This is just one of all of the many papers that my mother had. Like, she had boxes of these evaluations and all these